What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eyebrow. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead. And in this video, we're going to cover some information, discussion, topics about Season 9, Episode 13 and Episode 14. So obviously, spoiler warning for Season 9, Episode 13 and 14. If you're worried about spoilers, just stop watching. As you can see from the thumbnail right there, we're going to have a pregnant Michonne in the flashback next week. I'm very excited about it. But first, before I get to that, let me talk about my review for episode 913. I have heard some disrespectful, rude, inconsiderate comments, and it's crazy. It's my review of the episode. I thought the episode was okay. It was It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It wasn't the best episode I've seen, in my opinion, and I think it was one of the weaker episodes of this season. I still love The Walking Dead. I still love Season 9. I think it's great. But people being so rude and disrespectful is pretty terrible. But I'm a real person. I'm not going to tell you every episode is great. And when I feel like Beta should have broken a leg or is back from the fall down an elevator shaft, I mean, come on. He should have been at least injured pretty badly. And maybe he is. But people are like, he could have survived, and he did. So we're going forward with Beta and Daryl. And obviously the fight was made to have both characters survive, because we all know that Daryl's not going to die. He's going to be the last man standing most likely. But for Beta to have his knives, Daryl lost both of his knives, and then he's about to attack him, and then he kind of drops him or does something with it, and then he kicks him. Come on, that's kind of like, what are you doing? You had the upper hand. Beta had the upper hand several times. So the fight scene was good. It could have been much better in my eyes, and some people say, you're nitpicking, you're being too hard on it. I'm just being honest, I'm being real. And some people will like that, some people won't. But honestly, I'm just being me, and that's all I can be. As for the Highwaymen, I'm glad they're around. They could be Pike fillers, but are they New Age saviors? Are they just basically replacement saviors? They kind of are, in my opinion. For Ozzy to kind of laugh like that was kind of over the top, and then Carol's like, do you like a movie? Yeah, we have movies. Never mind food, never mind safety, never mind shelter. Come on down, we got movies. Also, the Highwaymen were threatening you. You don't know if they're terrible, they're crazy people, they're looters, they're robbers, they're this, they're that. They could be horrible individuals. You're like, come on in the kingdom, we'll take you. But after rewatching the episode, there are some better moments that I thought were better a second time. And as for the Connie Daryl thing here, it might have been the cable box acting up. It was a little darker, it was a little this. But people were so rude and disrespectful, and it was very telling. But there's no need for that. I was just weighing in on my side, my review, and my discussion, and we move on from it. And that's what I'm trying to do here. As for the Highwaymen, and like I said, I rewatched the episode, and I thought it was pretty cool when they saved Tara. I was just asking a question about them coming there. How did they get there so fast? And what was the timeline of Ezekiel talking with them beforehand? And the road being blocked off, or the tree put there on purpose, or maybe it was a storm, is pretty interesting. As for this guy right here, do you think the Highwaymen can be trusted? They're actually good people, just trying to survive? And go watch the episode again, or at least the part again, where you see Ozzy interact with Tara, and Tara gives this look like, almost like she's scared. Is she just taken back that this person saved them, and they're gonna escort them to Hilltop? Or is it a look that she's like, I don't know about this guy. I saw this guy before and I'm worried for my safety. And I can't wait to find out. But Season 9, Episode 14, titled Scars, an outsider's arrival forces Alexandria to rehash devastating old wounds. Eye-opening secrets from the past are revealed. So I think it's Daryl bringing Lydia, Henry, and Connie to Alexandria. And the old wounds will be the flashback that we'll see here. So I don't know if this is the opening or what this is exactly, but I saw this clip and you see a walker and then Michonne takes out the walker, and she's obviously looking for Rick. And the coloring is made to show different timeline, but then Michonne sees a walker and flips it over, and it kind of looks like Rick's outfit, potentially, but it's not Rick, obviously. As we know, he's somewhere in the world. Where in the world is Rick Grimes? We don't know. And it's a shame that we'll see Michonne and Daryl are the only ones looking for Rick. Maybe other people did initially, but Michonne and Daryl seem to be the only ones that care. And then you see the belly bump. Yep, Michonne is pregnant. And it makes me wonder if she got the X scar when she was pregnant. Whoever gave her and Daryl the X scar is pretty terrible to give a pregnant woman a scar. Maybe it's not exactly at this timeline, but Michonne is out looking for Rick around the water, and they've been out looking for a while at some point, because Michonne was not showing any signs of being pregnant at the end of episode 905, so I'm not sure how long this has been, but Michonne is out looking for Rick, and you clearly see a belly bump there. So I don't know how far along she is, and when this is in the timeline. But then we see Daryl, and he said he followed the water from here all the way to the ocean. So he looked all over the place. And it's kind of sad because they're not going to find Rick. And we still don't have any news about the movies, when they're going to film, when it's going to come out, and all that stuff. There's just some rumors and what it's going to be. But I'm excited, and these two have to be reunited with Rick, right? I mean, they're the only ones looking for Rick, so it would mean the most for these two characters to be reunited with Rick, wherever he is. And then you see Daryl and Michonne have some dialogue, and we find out basically that Daryl is already out living in the woods. He's staying out there. He's not at Alexandria anymore. And he still has the wing on his vest. Well, he has two wings, and that wing is still there. I think it's starting to fade off a little bit, but Daryl still has both wings on his vest. And it's a shame that Daryl and Michonne seem to be the only ones who care about Rick. I would think more people would be out, and maybe they were. They gave up the search because it's been so long. But Daryl and Michonne will never give up looking for Rick, and I love that about both of them. But it looks like we're going to have a flashback, at least one flashback, in Season 9, Episode 14 that airs this Sunday. And I want to know this answer. We all want to know this answer. We found out about the X-Scars in Episode 906 and 907, and we have to wait all the way to Episode 914 to see what happens. You can see Michonne has the long dreads, and the part is still intact on the right side of her head, so I don't know why that got shaved off, if somebody did that or she did that on purpose, but we don't know. Also, do you think Ozzy, which is this guy right here, which I believe is named Ozzy, he didn't say his name in the episode, is potentially part of the reason that Michonne and Daryl got the X-Scars? Seems to be that the Highwaymen are controlling roads. What if Daryl and Michonne came across the Highwaymen, this guy or another leader, and they did this to them? Like I said, it would be pretty terrible to give a pregnant woman an X-Scar like that for some reason or another. I'm not sure why X marks the spot, why both of them have them, but the fact that they both were out and about looking for Rick, and they're the only two that have the X-Scars, shows me a lot, or makes me think about the potential reasons why they have them. So I can't wait to find out. What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below about that for sure. But as you see the promo picture of Michonne here, she's walking with a belly bump. She's looking for Rick out and about. Does she come across Oceanside? And I believe this could be where she goes and finds the same area where Oceanside killed Arat and we saw Daryl and Maggie. I'm not sure if it is, but it kind of looks that way. And after watching the sneak peek videos and the promo trailer, I don't have a good quality promo trailer to break down. I will once I get it. You can see Michonne is kind of surrounded by walkers, and she's killing walkers. So I believe Oceanside is not involved here, or at least what Michonne is swinging at. So you can see the hair that is the same from the flashback. It's not shaved on that side. And after seeing the banners at the fair, I believe Oceanside, at least partially, is intact. And maybe Michonne did kill some of Oceanside people, or maybe they just got taken out by Jed's group, the Marauders, or the Highwaymen, or they're still alive altogether. We just don't know. Hopefully it'll be answered in this episode 914. We only have 3 more episodes, guys, 914, 15, and 16. We're going to see Judith and Michonne at Alexandria talking, and I wonder what's going to be in store for Judith, Michonne, Daryl, Lydia, Henry, and Connie at Alexandria, because Daryl brings Henry, Connie, and Lydia to Alexandria, and then we see some dialogue between Daryl and Judith, and it's kind of nice. We haven't seen these two characters interact. So they're sitting by the water here in Alexandria, and they're talking about things, and Judith asks Daryl if Hilltop's in trouble, and Daryl's like, I don't know. But Daryl knows they are. He doesn't want to, be a Debbie Downer and be like, yeah, they're in trouble. We met this group Alpha, and they're having walker skins, and you better stay inside. It's kind of dangerous out there. But Daryl tries to keep it positive with Judith, but Judith's a smart kid. And then I love the dialogue with Daryl and Judith interacting because it seems real. I mean, Daryl has known Judith her whole life. And where have you been, Daryl? Are you going to stay if Michonne says it's okay? And they talk about the saviors and the battles and what the stories are being told. And Daryl's like, you don't know all the things. You don't know what actually happened. I'm sure they're just telling you that Alexandria and the communities won, but you don't know the half of it, Judith. It was crazier than they're telling everybody, I'm sure. And they're little kids, so they're not going to tell you all the stuff that Negan did. And I wonder if Daryl interacts with Negan here, because we haven't seen that, and I actually would like to see that. And at the end, you see Judith ask Daryl, what would my dad do? And Daryl doesn't answer, and Judith's like, that's what I thought. Basically saying, come on, Daryl, think about what you're doing. If my father was here now, you wouldn't be doing these type of things. And he probably wouldn't be. If Rick was around, which I kind of wish he was. I'm okay with him not being there. It would be totally different, that's for sure. But there you go, guys. We're going to have a flashback coming. Sorry about my rant for episode 913, but I was just being real about it. Like I said, I thought the episode was okay, and people were like, you're wrong, you're this, you're that. I'm just sticking up for myself, and I'm a real individual. I'm not a fake, over-the-top person who's like, this was great, oh, beta, oh, over the top, like reaction videos and craziness like that. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Hopefully you appreciate me being real and not a fake person, but I don't know. And if you want a real great Walking Dead channel, hit that subscribe button. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, being real, making memories, and as always, tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.